Podcast.
G'day. Welcome back to the Shit Dad Podcast, where we hear fatherhood experiences through the eyes of average Aussie blokes. I'm Nick, father of two boys, a girl, married 6 years, and an unofficial toddler's butler.
G'day, I'm Cam, dad to a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I've now memorised every song in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. So last episode we chatted to Paul. We learned that perinatal stress is common but treatable, and the trick is to catch it early and seek help. Also, we found out that New Balance casuals are actually elite. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Also, we're proud to announce that this week we've teamed up with Smashing Fibers Apparel as our major sponsor. So check out their website and socials and load up on their awesome gym gear using the code SHIPSHITFREE at the checkout for free shipping. So thanks to the guys at Smashing Fibers. And also the best shit dad story or dad joke every week sent into shitdadpod@gmail.com goes into the draw for a $25 gift voucher to use in-store online. So we've got that to give away every single week. So get sending in, guys. We want to hear everything. And today we are talking to Rick Pendleton, a married father of 4, and at only 36 is a 4-time Paralympian swimmer, 3-time Paralympic gold medalist, as well as 5 World Swimming Para Championships spanning an amazing career of over 22 years. I don't want to toot your own horn, but you also got the Order of Australia medal. Was that just being for a legend in the pool?
Yeah, pretty much. Just from
pretty much, no biggie.
And then, it's not big depth of how you get that. It's like you're swimming, you get a gold medal or whatever, and they hand it out to you. So
sweet.
Yeah,
just a legend of Australia. So yeah, Rick Pendleton, how you going?
Yeah, pretty well. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Bit exciting.
So
thanks
pumped
for coming on.
Yeah, all right.
This is so good. We're yet to have an Aussie legend in the house. So this is a first for the Shit Dad podcast. It's awesome. I've just got something to play for you really quick.
Yeah,
just want to throw this on you. And so here we go.
That was a brilliant breaststroke by Pendleton. In second place was Whoa. Back there is Pendleton, 141. But Pendleton is starting to swim away now. Oh, he is just magnificent. Rick Pendleton opening up a big lead. The world record holder Whoa might be in second spot, only just in front of Decker Secker, who's starting to come home. But it's all Rick Pendleton of Australia going for gold. He's got the gold medal. Gold medal number 3 for Australia tonight, and it belongs to Rick Pendleton of Australia.
Very well done.
That's totally what happened as well. That was not put on.
Where does that rank in your all-time moments?
Oh, mate, honestly, I still can't watch the race without getting goosebumps and getting nervous halfway through the race.
Really?
I've seen the race, I know what happened, but I still get nervous thinking, oh gosh, am I going to get this?
Yeah. I was on the edge of my seat watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, for years I actually couldn't find it. For some reason YouTube got overcrowded or whatever, and they took it away. So for years I couldn't actually see the race. So a few years ago someone sent it back to me, and it's just sick moment in my life, I guess.
Sweet. Where's it rank? Is it like kids, that, or that? Kids?
That's up there, to be honest. There's not much more that's sort of probably ranked above that, and you can look at that selfishly or what, but 15 years of training it, putting in pretty much everything and having to sort of let go of other areas of life that might be of importance to achieve something. Like when you get there, it's going to have a pretty heavy weight to that.
Definitely, yeah. Is that the sort of stuff that was going through your head mid-race as well? Oh my God, I've worked on my whole life for this.
No, to be honest, during the race, it's almost a complete blank.
Yeah.
I don't almost remember anything during the race. I kind of went into autopilot.
Yeah.
At the end of the race, turning around and seeing that was a massive reaction. I swore on live TV. My mum was
I noticed that.
that. But
was it along the lines of "fuck yeah"?
I think it was "what the fuck."
Oh, really?
Because I just didn't expect that. Didn't expect to go that fast. Didn't expect to be in the lead.
Yeah.
Even though during the last lap, I knew that I was at the front. For some reason, I just wouldn't allow myself to think you've got this.
Yeah.
And
that's an elite mindset.
Yeah, keep pushing.
If it goes back 4 years, and that's probably where the race itself was created for myself. I was in the 2004 Athens Games. Going into that, I was ranked like second in the world. And like a month before I went away, I'd come off a pushy and like tore my ACL. So there's a struggle just to get to the games itself. But yeah, when I got there, I ended up getting fourth by like 0.07. And it was all on that last leg. Like I got mowed down and just drove into the dirt. I went from second to fourth. And so that was like heartbreaking for me. So I suppose that 4 years later, that last lap, that mindset was still there. It's like, no,
not
can't
the,
let
not
it
today's
happen
season.
again.
Not
So
today.
it wasn't even a thought about winning yet. It was, you don't lose this here. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, the whole idea of having you on today was to talk through that sort of, as well as your awesome dad stories, because I've heard you've got a few, but things like that mindset, because we do talk about mental health. We talk about dad bods. You obviously don't have one of those. But
Not yet.
not yet. Now you're retired, anything
We'll
can
give you
happen. We've been working on it for a while. For anyone who doesn't know you, Rick, what's your disability, mate?
So I was born with like partial left hand missing. I actually have no idea how it happened. People have theories as to what it was, but if like you can think about your palm, if you close your fingers into your palm, like that's where your thumbs or your fingers meet. I've got that below there, so just from the curled in hand upwards, it's missing pretty much.
Okay,
visualize that.
Righto. Do you have any good stories you tell your kids about the hand, or adults for that reason?
Oh yeah, I've told a couple of people, especially kids as well. Like I think I told a kid that got bitten off by a kangaroo or something. Just like people are so gullible when it comes to disability that
because no one wants to talk about it.
Yeah, they won't like neg you. Like they were like, oh yep, that totally happened.
That totally happened. Yeah.
Because then no one's going to call you bullshit for a disability, because then they get put out for being a biased pig or whatever.
No, that's so good. Yeah, so moving on to your parenthood stuff. We'll get into the stuff we talk about usually, but just to get to know you a bit first. So you're looking to get the kids. I know you got 4 kids.
Yep.
It's a hatful. You're looking to get any of them in the pool, or it's in the blood?
Yeah, I'm not that stressed, to be honest. I want them to be able to swim just for safety.
Yeah.
I don't really care if they don't, become elite athletes. I don't care if they become swimmers. If they want to, I just want them to be healthy and happy and safe. So if they choose to go down that path, then I'll play my part, whatever that happens to be. But I'm not going to be one of those psycho parents that stand on the side of the pool yelling at them and stuff. Like that shit drives me crazy. So yeah.
And so what do you do as a job at the moment?
Swim coach. Yeah. So I don't know how I'd feel about doing my own kids there.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't come to a point, but whatever. You never know these things. Yeah.
What made you go into that swimming coach sort of role? Just moving on from, you want to teach other people that elite mentality? And
no, it's kind of just by happenstance, to be honest. I moved up to Queensland in 2011 from New South Wales.
Yeah.
To this high performance unit on the Sunshine Coast, and I was there when I met my current wife, and she fell pregnant by mistake. So it was
not a mistake; it's a surprise.
Yeah, it was. Well, yay, happy surprise. But that was not the plan. I was in like elite training. I was swimming like 7 or 8 times a week. Gym, didn't have a job. I was pretty much a professional bum, to be honest. And then all of a sudden I've got this, hey, you got to look after a kid and a wife kind of situation. So a bit of scrambling went on for a while, because I still had no idea what I was going to do when I grew up. Yeah, I was 27, still hadn't grown up. And then just by chance, there was a local school just down the road from the university, Sunshine Coast, and they actually approached my coach at the time and said, do you want to take a job on here? And he's like, mate, I can't do it. But he goes, I got this young fella that might take it on. So, I just got thrown into that. Didn't even have any like qualifications or anything yet, and sort of just started from there. And I realized that I quite enjoyed doing it. I suppose I always had the mentality and the mindset to be quite technical and focused on, specifics in the pool. So yeah, just sort of grew from there and took off with it.
Love it. That's awesome. All right, well, let's get into it anyway. We'll move on to your pre-baby. But yeah, just going to give a little brewery a plug first. So today we're drinking Newstead Brewing Session IPA. It doesn't have an awesome blurb like the Captain Sensible we drank the other week. Like, what was it? Something about riding a supercharged jet ski
Yeah, that's right.
or something. It's like,
No, this is just straightforward picture of the Gasworks, Brisbane.
nice and local.
Gasworks, yep. Tastes good.
That is a proper session ale.
Yep, nice and
That is outstandingly peng.
The old IPA is very popular at the moment, but the session one will get you through.
good choice.
Yep, I'll drink that all day, all night. Nice. All right, Cam.
All right, so yes, so we wanted you to cast your mind back. So before 4 children, obviously that's going to be a little while ago. But we wanted to say life pre kids. What were those major things that were different between then and now?
I don't get much personal time now. That's probably the thing I miss the most, to be honest. Like, I come home at like 7 o'clock from work now because like swim coaching, it's like either 5 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock at night pretty much. So I get home at 7 and, as much as I'd love to just sit down and do nothing, like the wife's been at it for hours and it's just like bedlam. So, I'm straight upstairs into the kids, help out whatever I can. Pardon me. Clean up downstairs. If there's like food thrown, there's always food thrown somewhere. So I just crack into it. Got to get the chores done. So I suppose that's the bit that I miss the most. Like just being able to do what I want when I want.
Yeah.
I'm pretty selfish in that way, I suppose, and that's kind of the mentality you have from being an elite athlete. You do what's necessary pretty much all the time to get the result. So coming from that kind of mindset to, hey, now you've got to have these people that go first, it's a bit sucky at times.
Yeah. I can imagine 4 would make a big mess every day as well.
Yeah. Well, I know my wife does the majority of it, so I can't complain there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hard job for her.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal. That 5 to 7 p.m. period is the toughest.
Witching hours, they say it.
Yeah. And was it easy to kind of balance kind of training and competing alongside? You mentioned your wife fell pregnant by surprise. Was it easy to balance kind of that with those midwife appointments and kind of enjoying that pre-baby journey with her? Or did you still have to focus a lot kind of on yourself?
Yeah, no, I couldn't really switch off when you're in a professional high-performance world, you can't really just step back and say, I'm not going to do that because people are funding you.
Yeah.
You have responsibility and expectations to achieve something. So as much as you need to take time, and luckily my coach then was fairly forgiving and worked well with me. But yeah, the job had to come first, and Gemma's been really good in knowing that and understanding that. It's like I get paid a fair amount of money to do what I did, so I can't just neg it and say no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And with 4 kids, you'd be an expert in what you do and don't need to buy for kids. We were wondering, is there any bit of kit that's essential? And this is also interesting from for someone who's got kids who are a bit older as well. Anything you do or don't need? All
right, so we've got 7-year-old down to a 1-year-old. Baby wipes are the key thing to life.
Yep.
I swear we go through, I don't know, we're going to bring the planet down by ourselves. But we just... Anywhere you go, whatever you're doing, I just clean benches now. It's get a baby wipe out.
Yeah.
The best thing ever.
I wiped out the inside of the car all the time. Instead of using the polish and stuff, it's all just baby wipes.
Scented, lemon.
Yeah. Ooh, it smells pretty.
Just keep using them, when the kids are even older as well.
That's what that and terry towels. Why would I ever get rid of these things? They're the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Wait, what's a terry towel?
Those white flannels that they used to do in nappies? Yeah, so we just got 10 of them floating around the house. Spill shit on the floor, wipe it up.
Terry to the rescue.
Yeah, the old Tez. Yep.
Awesome.
First year, Rick.
Of what, babyhood?
You bored yet?
What do you mean?
You had the kid, you're just whatever.
First year was sucky, man. It was such a change from, where we were and what we're doing. Gemma and I had never lived together until we got married. A bit old-fashioned that way. Not quite the other way. Messed that up. We moved out together. I think we got married in June, moved out straight after that. We had a baby in November. So we didn't really have that time where we could be together and sort of develop our own sort of culture and, relationship, I suppose, away from parents and that kind of stuff. So that was a bit of a struggle. And then Gemma then being isolated from her parents for the first time ever, had this new baby that she had to look after. So, stress got pretty high in that first year. I think that's probably been the rockiest year of our marriage.
Yeah.
Just because there was so much change, and I was quite closed-minded at that time as well. Like, I used to think, I am the man, I work, and you stay at home and you cook and clean and look after the baby.
So you lived in the 60s.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And like, I was so
Most
dumb.
did
Like,
at some point.
I didn't think, I just thought, this is my job, that's your job. And it took me a fair amount of blow-ups for me to finally realize, like, mate, you just can't do that. Like, it's not fair to lope an entire child on a person because that's their job. That's air quotes for you. So, yeah, that caused a bit of grief, and it took a bit of time for us to sort of work through that and figure out, all right, got to start taking load. And, it's a good learning process, but, bad at the same time.
Definitely thrown in the deep end, I'm not going to lie. First year, just sort of together.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Was it like, what do they say, like the 3 hardest things to do are like moving out, marriage, and what's the other thing? I don't know.
Probably having kids.
Sure. It's probably third. And we've done like bang, 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 3 months, just smashed it all in. So,
Crikey. We were talking to Paul last week about pre and postnatal or perinatal depression. Did you notice any signs, or did you guys experience any of that at all?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Gemma went through it.
Yeah.
I think looking back now, she realizes that she did have it, because she, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but she, I almost felt like she hated the child because it just felt like Amara, the daughter, it's like sort of took away her personality and took away her freedoms and that kind of stuff. So I suppose
I'd say that's really common though. Like going off what Paul was talking about last week, it's pretty common, but not many people pick it up.
That's right.
So
those
people don't like
signs.
saying it either.
And then, it's one of those things you dance around because you don't want to say you hate your kid, do you?
Yeah, we've been pretty upfront with like people that we meet, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's such a joy and it's so good." But mate, I'll be upfront, and be honest with someone, because someone might need to hear that one day.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like, mate, I don't like it sometimes. It's really not my thing at times, but you're stuck in there now. You get on with it.
That's right.
Sometimes you cope better than others. I'm not coping as well as I should be at the moment, and you deal with it how you deal with it. You get help, and it's all good. But when you don't sort of take any action, that's when it can go wrong. But what was your biggest challenge in the first year, do you think?
I suppose it was just, as I said, like the balance between what I had to do and what Gemma had to do, and just finding common ground in working together as a team. Yeah, stop being so selfish about what you're trying to achieve, and understand that, there's now a family unit and you've got to do things not always for yourself.
Yeah. What did that look like as far as your routine went? Obviously, you had elite training daily for a long time.
Yeah, the daytime naps kind of went out the window.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I used to play golf a fair amount as well. I don't do that very often anymore.
Golf's surely like one of the hardest things to do as a dad,
Just because it takes so long. It's like a
4
half-day
hours,
thing.
yeah.
You just, I'd love to go have a game of golf. It's like a plan a few weeks ahead sort of gig now.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you miss any milestones, or you will probably? I'd say you would have missed a few, but did you miss many?
No, not too much. Like I was there for all the births, so that's good.
That's a good start.
Who was it? I think it was Micah. I ended up having to like fly out like 3 or 4 days after he was born, which was a bit of a situation in itself. End up like passing out that day because like he used to sleep on our chest. Like he just wouldn't do it any other way. So he'd be sleeping on my chest. So I didn't have a great night's sleep, and I've gotten up to go to training, and like getting dressed, I've like hit my elbow on a light switch and then passed out.
Jeez.
So I do that every now and again, unfortunately. Anyway, I got up.
What, pass out or just bang around
passed
stuff?
out. Yeah, I've had a history of doing it. So.
Oh, no.
It happened.
As
And then
long as
like,
it doesn't happen in the pool.
so I got up off the ground. I was like, no, got to shake this off. Got to get to training. And then I was like, oh, no, I've got to go to the toilet. So I went to the toilet. And at this stage, we're living in this little crappy duplex. And sat on the toilet, passed out again, gone head first into the tiles. And because it was such a small bathroom, I got like wedged behind the door. So Gemma's trying to like open it.
Oh, God.
Probably banging me in the head still. So end up doing a hospital trip that morning. And then I was meant to fly out that evening. So sitting in hospital with a drip in my arm, trying to get ECGs and all that crap. And ended up like getting released or whatever and catching my flight. So
flight to a games or
I think I was going to Glasgow actually for a World Championships.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so he was, and so I missed the first pretty much the first 2 weeks of his life, which is like a hard situation to be in.
Definitely. Yeah.
But, yeah.
So that's crazy. There's that's a major balance between dad, husband, and elite athlete.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've dealt with it well, but
Speaking of elite athlete, we spoke about dad bod just previously. You look in pretty good shape. So we wanted to
get a room.
We wanted to say instead of talking about your training, I wanted to ask how important it is for you to instill that kind of health and fitness on your own kids.
I didn't even think about it in that way. Like my fitness was a result of going after what I wanted to achieve. I never set out to be fit. I suppose now that's kind of what my mind's now drifting towards. But I suppose the sport for me is not so much about what it's done for me physically, but what it's done for me mentally. I was pretty out of control when I was a bit younger. I had a lot of anger issues and sort of insecurities about myself, having a disability. So, I found that sport really regimented me, gave me a confidence and sort of direction in life. So I suppose if that can do that for for myself, why can't I do it for the mental health and of my own children? So
keep focused and on track.
It's really a big part. I think people overlook that. You talk about the dad bod, but what about the mental space as well?
Yeah, it's something we like to talk about. It kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah. How do you, at the moment, incorporate your kids into keeping fit? Do you work out with them, do exercise, be active with them?
No, not a whole lot. We have a backyard pool, so once it warms up a bit, we're in there playing around, and the kids love doing that. So they're fun, and we've got a good backyard and with some monkey bars, so they're running around and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever make them do punishment laps?
Of what, the pool?
Yeah.
Mate, they'll drown. They're not that good. Yeah, they sink pretty quick, actually. Yeah. They do a bit of stuff like dancing and gymnastics and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The usual
whatever
kid
they
stuff.
want.
Yeah.
Just staying active.
Keep them doing something, yep.
Yeah. And obviously a big part of kind of looking after yourself is food. Do you have certain types of recipes or food that you use to fuel yourself, but also is kid friendly, something they can help cook with?
I'm gonna get the notepad out. What's that?
My if you look at my eating routine, it was shocking.
Oh, great!
I was swimming so much, in my most of my years that, I just couldn't keep up with calorie count.
Right.
So, I just used to eat whatever I wanted. So I wouldn't ever look at my dietary routine and schedule and try and base anything off it, because you'll get diabetes or put on kgs. Yeah.
That's not what you want. So I take it Gemma does all the cooking.
Yeah, she does now. I'm not home. I can't do it. Yeah, I mean, I love cooking. I don't mind doing it. Every couple of weekends, I'll get a chance to do it, and I'll go master chef on everyone.
You need to get yourself a smoker. That's the rage at the moment.
No, it couldn't be fucked.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the line. I found the line.
Do you have a certain go-to cheat meal, or you said you just still eat what you want?
Yeah, no, man, I love tacos and burritos, and I love pizza.
Kid friendly too. Yeah.
Everyone loves that stuff.
Yeah.
They're a go-to in the Bentley house. Yeah. So easy to make. Kids love them.
Man, I tell you what though, burritos got to be one of the most expensive meals. You just lay out. My kid, I got a daughter who's 7 years, and she eats 3 or 4 burritos. How do you do that? She eats more than my wife does. I don't know how I'm going to keep up with that.
Yeah, I guess at some age when they get older, they stop throwing it on the floor and actually eat a lot of it.
She smashes it. She'll eat half a pizza, and she's like this. She's 4 foot tall. I don't know where she puts it.
Puts it away.
Smashes it. Yeah.
But burritos are way cheaper at home anyway. It's just rice, meat, and wraps and cheese.
So we don't do beans.
Oh,
that's where we've got to go but I hate them. I hate them so much. I was there, got one from Guzman Gomez the other day, and I forgot to ask for no beans. I'm sitting there flicking out these little black beans as I went. The worst burrito because I can't stand them.
The person behind the counter is like, is this bloke for real? How old is he? He's 27. He still hasn't grown up yet.
As a kid, I was so plain. I wouldn't eat mashed potato. I wouldn't eat steak. I don't think. I was just so. It was spaghetti bolognese or lasagna. It's so basic.
Italian
toast. So mindset in training is huge, obviously.
Yep.
How can you give just the average punter some advice on like why is your mind so elite? And just because even things like you're in the gym training,
yep,
and you get to a certain amount of reps, you're like, nah, should be right. That'll do. You know, like what's the thing that makes you tick where someone listening could take it away and be like, next gym session, they punch out another 10 because they're fucking maniacs now.
Yep. Oh, it was pretty complex, I reckon, for myself. Like I told you the story about Athens where, you know, that loss sort of set me on fire. Like I'd train after that. And if I got to that point of exhaustion, I'd be like, no fucking way. You just got to keep on going. Because like I knew the other side of it. Like I know how much it hurts to get that fail. Like it's just not worth it for me personally. But I suppose like even going back further than that, like growing up, being a kid with a disability, and I had 5 brothers and a sister, like there was just no give there. Like if I didn't stand up for myself and, you know, toe the line, like they're just going to knock me down. So I sort of had this mentality around like I won't be like worse than those people, or I won't allow myself to be bettered by people like that.
So it's a lot based around pain.
Yeah, like pain is the point where you go, nah, not going to do it. But like for me, the mental side of not being good enough or not being able to do it or being beaten was more of a motivation than pain is. I suppose like pain will go away, or you'll get past that point where the pain doesn't hurt so much anymore. But it's more about the other side of that. Like, why do you want to get there? Like, what are you doing it for? You know, like set a reason.
To lose the dad bod.
It's a big motivator.
There's got to be a reason at the other side that you push through. And it becomes, after a while, it becomes just, you know, normal. It just becomes what you do. You don't even think about it anymore. You get to that level and you're just like, oh, this is what I do. And you go, training, I guess.
Nice. So this is coming from a man who's no stranger to competing at the highest level. So if you can do it, any punter can do it, really.
Well, I'm not special. There's nothing about me that suggests that.
Just your mindset.
Yeah, like I'm just a mongrel, to be honest. Like I wanted something and I went after it.
Yeah.
And like I'm not that talented. I'm not like well built, or I shouldn't have been able to beat a lot of the people that I beat. It was just came down to me wanting it more and me being more aggressive about it, I suppose.
Awesome. Did you feel that pressure at all the games you went to? Did you feel did you crack under pressure at any point?
I'm sure I did, yeah. After the win, like I suppose I was really focused on being the best. So once I got to that point, I think I sort of wavered a bit. I'd sort of achieved that goal, and then, you know, they talk about the underdog story or quite a lot. Like once you get to that point, then you're out in front. It's not so much about you chasing after something anymore. So there's probably another mindset that I didn't get to in that. Oh, pardon me. Again, IPAs. There's probably a level that I didn't get to there. I could decompress that, but I don't know it, to be honest. I don't really think too much about it.
Okay. How do you deal with it? So cracking under stress at the Olympics is one thing, but it's easy to crack under stress at home. I know myself with 3 kids. I can't imagine with 4.
Yep.
How do you deal with it when you crack under pressure at home?
I'm not good, mate.
No.
It is a different world of pain.
Thank God, me either.
Far out, like I can handle physical pain because I see the point and the benefit, but you can't reason with a child. It doesn't work. Like there's no set way through it. So yeah, I probably lost my temper and, you know, overstepped the line at times when I shouldn't have, and it just. Yeah, I've not been, especially when you're sleep deprived, like you just cannot get around that. Like your brain just doesn't work.
Yeah. It's easy to snap. You know?
Yeah.
Far easier. Yeah. Well, that's pre-baby, first year dad bod and mental health. I think we get into a bit of light stuff. Glad we've actually hit some pretty good points and hit it pretty deep, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've spoken about some pretty powerful things. Only scraped the surface, really, but if you have any questions, anyone listening, just email in to shitdadpod@gmail.com and we'll forward it on to Rick and we'll be able to answer any questions. That's all right, Rick, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. Send them my way. I don't care.
No, that's all good. All right. Welcome back. We're at the Shit Dad Pod headquarters here at Black Box. Oh, not Black Box. It's Black Property Group.
Black Box sounds good.
Black Box.
It's a coffee place.
It's a coffee place in Griffin. They make a cracking coffee. We're back here with Rick, ex-Paralympian, absolute ledge, and we're talking through a lot of stuff. So hopefully you picked up something. But now we're going to get into a few segments and games and things. But just another point, we are powered by Smashing Fibers Apparel now. Stylish, breathable gym wear at affordable prices when you use the code SHIPSHITFREE, original but classic. At the checkout, you can get free shipping. I've personally just loaded up on some of their gym clothes and it's legit. It covers up the dad bod to perfection.
Coming in very handy for our 6-week challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not too baggy either, so that's a win too. But you can't stop it riding up when you do burpees. Like any gym clothes, like you do burpees or mountain climbers or anything, and it all rides up and shows your gut and your boobies as well. It sucks.
Feel so vulnerable.
Just get a unitard, mate.
Yeah. I need to get some of that stuff they wear when they ride bikes, the Lycra. That wouldn't look gay at all. Right, the How Dad Are You quiz. 1 point for every yes out of 10 with the potential for a bonus point.
All right.
How dad are you, Rick? You seem pretty dad.
I don't know what this means yet.
All right, it's simple. Just, answer the questions first thing that comes to mind. Only 10 questions.
Yep.
So, do you hate it when lights are left on at home?
Yes.
1.
Do you grunt when you sit down?
I don't think so.
Come on, test it out.
Hang on.
Paul did. It was glorious.
No, I'm good.
Bloody athletes.
Number 3, do you say righto every time you stand up?
I do say it, but probably not when I stand up.
Or just like when you want to leave a conversation.
Yeah,
or
when I'm
it's
getting
time
ready to leave the house, like,
Yeah.
righto. Yeah,
That's the one.
Wind it up.
Yep, 2 out of 3. I like it.
Do you turn off the TV when nobody's watching?
Why would you leave it on? That makes no sense.
Spot on.
Good answer.
Yes.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking kids.
Number 5, do you proclaim good day for it about any activity when it's sunny?
Yeah, I'm up with that.
Yeah, I'm all around that. Nice.
Now this one's controversial from last week. Do you tuck in your polo shirt into your shorts?
Well, you just tuck your shirt in at all.
I don't even think I own polo shirts. No, that's a big no. No.
Bonus point. Do you have any New Balance shoes?
No, not at the moment.
Do you own any?
No, wait, hang on. I think I've had them before though. No, not New Balance. They're too old. Hang on. Skechers. I've got Skechers. No, I'm not up that alley.
Damn. Do you pull your socks up with your shoes?
No.
Okay. You're not looking good.
Do you ever rinse your favourite coffee mug because washing it will lose all the flavour?
Yeah, all the time.
Yes. I love that. I got in trouble for that at work once. It was like an old fiery who was just like, everything was just old school. And I was doing the good junior thing and washing up all the dishes and the mugs and stuff. And then he yells out, "Oi, what are you doing?" Like, washing up? Don't fucking wash that. All the flavours in it. I'm like, oh, man, that is disgusting. And then I've done it ever since.
You've learnt from him. Number 8, have you told your kids some kind of variant of shit on a stick when they ask what's for dinner?
No, I don't think I've done that.
Maybe a bit young. Do you say wherever you're going is 10 minutes away no matter the distance?
No, I'm not in Townsville, mate.
And finally, number 10, do you admire your lawn after mowing it?
Fuck yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's nothing more dad than that.
I don't understand it. To be honest, as soon as I got my own house, it's like the lawn had to be good.
Yeah.
I pay some dude to come every 2 months to spray some stuff on it. It still doesn't look that good though. I'm disappointed. My neighbour's got way better lawns than me.
I guess
lawn envy.
Sort that out.
Oh, so bad.
Do some research and lawn porn.
I got a reno coming up next week actually.
What are we doing?
Top dress, aerate, scarify, pull all the crap out, level it, go again.
Yeah, right.
And lock the kids up if they walk on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Protecting your lawn. Right, tight ass tidbit. I'm not as tight as I thought I was because I'd have nothing this week. What are you, Cam?
I always have some of these.
I love that.
So there's a car wash down the road. I've found, one of those automatic machines. I think it's like $8 to take your car through. My wife asked me to do that and I was like, nah, come on.
$8.
I got all the gear at home. So what I do is What I do is get my daughter to come along and help me. She gets a sponge, I get a sponge, and we get stuck into it and do it ourselves. Good daddy-daughter bonding time. And I save $8.
Yeah. It's all about the $8 though, really, to be fair.
And to be honest, my other one that I would recommend to any dad who's interested is homebrew. So something I've touched on before. Really? I don't do it to save money, but it's pretty cheap. Yeah.
Seems like a lot of time involvement in that.
Yeah, but that's part of the hobby, I guess.
That's what Mel said. I was like,
do you have hobbies?
It's the hobby.
I don't have hobbies. I don't have time for hobbies.
This is my hobby now.
This and homebrew.
Homebrew. Yep. Nice. Tight ass tidbit. I like it. Because you save quite a bit of money, eh? It's like almost half price of a normal carton.
Yeah, basically.
Hectic.
If you don't count the time.
Yeah.
Man hours, yeah.
That one you sent me was tasty as. Enjoyed it.
My trick is to buy a decent bag of wort. So they've done half the work for you. And then you can just dump it in a tub with some water and some yeast. There you go.
Love that. What about you, Rick? You got any tight ass tidbits?
Yeah, I was trying to think about this over the last few days. Like, I don't think I can't like pinpoint one thing that I'm like tight ass about, but I know that I'm incredibly tight ass about everything. Like, we have like pizza from like Griffin Pizza, and my daughter will be like getting into the fourth piece, and I'll be like eyeballing how many are left. It's like, hang on a sec, start doing the maths. How many do I need for tomorrow? Like, stop eating. No, that's enough. Lights on. You said that about things like that. My daughter likes to do a bit of craft. Like, she has like this ream of A4 paper that her grandma bought her, and she'll just like scribble one little bit on it and then throw it away. I'm like, you're not throwing away that piece of paper.
That's amazing. You didn't even pay for it, and you
exactly. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just built into me that I just can't let go of. Like, it can't be wasteful. It's got to be useful. It's got to be proactive. It's got to be used properly. Yeah. So I think my life is just tight ass rather than just any one action.
That's awesome.
Do you find you get that? I certainly do. I got that from my dad. Even now, my dad and my mum will be planning a holiday, and he'll do everything he can to not do it because it costs money because he's a tight ass.
You just got to figure out the best way to do it, the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah.
No, I think I got it from my mum. She's very frugal, as they say.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say tight ass.
More polite.
Well, that's what she calls me. She calls me frugal, but I'm sure. I just think about Scrooge McDuck when she says frugal. He's
diving into you.
Claiming the money like to his chest. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into dad joke of the day. What do you got, Cam?
How does a hamburger introduce his wife?
This is Paddy.
Meet Paddy.
Oh, nice.
Well done. You're on track for that one.
I was so close.
How about you?
I want to know if Rick's got one.
I think I just do a lot of dad sayings.
Yep.
You know, like my kids will be like, I'm hungry, and I'll be, hi, hungry.
Yeah.
Classic.
Or what I do often is like they'll ask what's for dinner, and I'll just be like, oh, dog biscuits. Like that. That's probably, I always say that. Yeah, just crap like that. I just hound them with shitty sayings that they hate. Whenever they start whinging and crying, I'll be like, do you know my friend? Now they know my joke, unfortunately. I'll be like Justin Timberlake. Because, Cry Me a River. Yeah. And for years that worked so well. Now I can't get away with it. I just get an evil look.
It's like, shut up, Dad, you lame wad.
Yep. So again, awesome. Just living the life of, shit dad jokes rather than being one-off situations.
It is funnier when you're saying it to a kid. You enjoy it more.
You're smarter than them.
Yeah. Little idiots.
How long? Kids are stupid. My boss actually started calling me laptop at work last week. Pissed me off for a while, and I started trying to figure out why he was saying it. It's because I turn off after 15 minutes if I'm left unattended. Boom. Dad hacks. Anybody have a good dad hack?
What's the definition of a dad hack? Give me some baseline.
Basically, all the tight ass shit that you just said.
Oh.
It's like, what's something that someone can incorporate in their house? I'll go first, right?
Yeah.
This was totally Mel's idea, but I'm claiming it. All right. It's a nappy trolley. Get a $20, one of those $20 trolleys from IKEA that you can roll around the house. Shove it over in a corner. There's 3 shelves on it. You got nappies, wipes, and bags or whatever else. And you just keep that stocked up. And then you just roll it around the house wherever you need to change a nappy.
That's great. Instead of lugging the kid to the change table.
Boom. Dad hack.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got a double story.
Mel.
Doesn't work so well. Just throw it down.
Just throw what you need down the stairs.
My hack's something that my daughter actually requested, but it's pretty good. And I'm sure you guys have done it before with one of the little trampolines at home on a hot summer day, chuck the sprinkler underneath and it turns into it even more exciting trampoline.
Wow.
All the water comes up. They love it.
How good is it?
That's cool.
I'm not rich. I don't have a sprinkler, so I just I sit under it with a hose and just smash them with the hose.
You're just drinking water and spitting it out.
Oh, nice.
Dad hacks. Geez, okay. I mean, I've set, it's probably tight ass again though, but I've just set the air conditioning, the big one they got. I just set
like
that
the
for
ducted one?
Yeah, ducted. Yeah. That's the world. Yeah, good job. I just set that so that it turns off because I know my wife will turn it on, and I set it to 30 minutes so it'll shut down quickly, saving money.
That's great.
That's another tight.
She doesn't like going into it that much, she doesn't know how to operate it. Or she didn't know how to operate it. Now she does, unfortunately. So I just shut down all the time, and she just kept turning it back on. But at least I saved a minute of
that's
energy there.
That's a fourth of a cent.
Dumb, isn't it?
Every fraction of a cent counts.
Now I did want to add something, Nick, before we get to the next bit. Now, for anyone who's listened to our first podcast, our first ever episode, we've just got a bit of an announcement. So you might have heard all 5 of our listeners, including our wives. You may remember Christian was on it, our mate Dish, and we're happy to announce that he has had his baby boy this week, little Ted. So you would remember Christian as long arms, short pockets.
Short arms, long pockets.
Sorry, short arms, long pockets. But apparently he's stepping into that dad role very well. So I just want to say congrats, mate, and we're looking forward to hearing about all your shit dad moments soon.
On your critter. Love your work. Righto, we are here for Shit Dad Moment of the Week. It's what we all, including our 5 listeners, came for. It's the best part of my week. Shit Dad Moment of the Week. What do you got, Cam?
I ruined my daughter's birthday present this week.
You ruined it?
Yeah. So she turned 3.
Outstanding.
She turned 3 last week, and we got her a scooter, a little Disney princess scooter, pink one, I think from Big W or Kmart or something. And it wasn't turning properly. I might have done it up too tight, so I tried to loosen it. That didn't work either. Sprayed WD-40 all over it, as you do. That's pretty good dad hack, actually.
Yeah, well, yeah.
WD-40 on everything.
And now it's just slippery and greasy and it doesn't turn. So she can't use it and she won't touch it.
That is pure shit.
So, yeah, I'll have to figure out how to fix it without WD-40, I think.
Oh, beautiful. I've got a terrible one. I'm not proud of it, but I don't know. I think Rick might have some better ones, but not too long ago, my youngest daughter was farting around outside, and my middle kid was there too. So I was like, "Nah, she'll be okay. It's all good." I went inside quickly to make them lunch. I don't usually leave them alone outside for very long, but that day, I had to get it done. So I've gone inside. It's literally 30 seconds. It's like I'd gone in for a wee.
Yeah.
30 seconds and I hear a doom. I was like, oh dear. That weren't my words. I was like, what has happened here? And I've walked outside and she's on the floor crying. I was like, holy shit, what has happened? Mr. 4 told me, he goes, yeah, she fell off the wall. And we got a rock wall that's like a metre tall. She'd climbed up and was playing in the garden, and then she's lost her footing or something and just gone doof on the she landed on grass, so it wasn't that bad. But
it's a fair fall, that one.
Yeah, shit dad moment.
It happens.
Yeah, happens to the best of us, I guess. She's okay. She's okay. She still has all her brain cells. It's all good.
Wow. Yeah, they got enough of them.
Yeah,
they're good.
Kids bounce, apparently. What do you got, Rick?
Well, okay, I've got 2 from just yesterday, but I've got a better one from
Can you come on
a couple
every week?
months ago. Just going on what you just said, it's don't leave them alone for 30 seconds. But yeah, so they were in the backyard yesterday. My third oldest, second youngest, third oldest. They were playing on the monkey bars. And for some reason, the second and third decided that it was a good idea to lay on top of the monkey bars and then dive on top of the other child, as you do. for some reason, number 3, Ryder decided to go head first into the ground.
Oh.
I didn't get to see that one, unfortunately, because I left him alone for 0.3 of a second, as it happens.
Got a shiver up my spine.
And then, he's good. Well, he's not, actually. That evening, anyway, so moving on, they weren't cleaning up the backyard, so I decided to lock the door and shut him outside for a little bit, so that's probably not very...
That's the best. Yeah. That's some pure shit daddery.
Probably shouldn't do that. But
shit-daddery.
The main one, and this is, again, don't call me in for this, but I was working in the backyard one day. You can get that plastic garden bedding. It's about 10 inches wide. It's 3 mil thick.
Yeah.
I was laying that up against my fence so that I could infill my little garden bed with some dirt. And I'd had it laid across the yard so that I could flatten it out because it just rolls back up on itself. So I was pulling it in, trying to wind it. And my daughter thought it was funny to keep jumping off and on it. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to get you next time. Carpet underneath her feet, and I've ripped it out. And she's fallen backwards and put her arms down and fractured her elbow.
Oh.
And I was just stressing she's going to go to the hospital, and it's Daddy did it. And I was so we had to train her a little bit just to say I fell over. And then a couple of months later she started telling people I did it. So I felt bad for that.
That's amazing.
But at the same time I was I kind of warned you not to do it.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
So am I in the wrong? Yes, I am, because I'm an adult, but
that's the king's justice.
She did the wrong thing as well. So I don't know. I'm an adult. I probably should have to figure that out myself.
Still learning.
Little snaps.
Yeah, so I broke my daughter's arm. There you go.
That's
that's a good one.
That's shit daddery at its finest, eh?
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
I had to reel it in after that, and I've had to, be a little bit more mindful about my actions.
We've all been there. That was me today, to be fair. I didn't break her arm, but...
Yeah, my kid could have gone concussed yesterday. Who knows?
Hectic. Let's go to some listener mail. You got anything, Cam?
Nothing for me this week.
We've got... anyone... Oh, just remember, now we have from our major partners, Smashing Fibers, we have a $25 gift voucher for the best entry. So it could be dad joke, could be a shit dad story. Come on, send some shit dad stories.
Someone trump me, please.
Yeah, someone has...
Who's lost the legals? Actually, I know. Do you want to know a story about that?
Yeah.
All right, so Paralympics. There's all sorts of stories about probably shit dad moments. So not everyone's born with a disability like me. So I had this guy that I was swimming with on the Sunshine Coast. He was a leg amp above knee. So he used to live up in Mackay working on the farms, and he's come off a tractor one day, and his mum or dad's rolled over the top of him and just minced half his leg.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, so pure moment of shitness there.
Yeah.
That's a interesting word of minced.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can think,
you could just see, you picture it, the blades.
Oh.
Yeah, so
he's gone dark.
I'm above that. I'm above that.
No farm machinery.
Oh, that's hectic. I like it though. All right, so send us in some stuff to shitdadpod@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram account, shitdadpod. You can DM us, slide into our DMs up in there. We did get a message from Greg from Griffin on the Instagram account. Hey Nick, just listening to the first of your Shit Dad podcasts as I'm ramping into the working week. It's good crack, mate. It's funny the questions you're talking about are giving me a few, oh yeah, that did happen moments. I've got this theory that as a new parent, whether through sleep deprivation or for the benefit of humanity, your brain intentionally buries heaps of oh shit moments so that a year later when you're talking about babies with your wife, you're like, fuck yeah, great idea. A second is a fantastic idea. Or third or fourth. A kind of built-in evolutionary mechanism so the human race continues. I'm sure I'll make my way through all the episodes between meetings over the future. Cheers, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Nice. I think you're onto something there. I think you should patent that or write a book.
Yeah, I think we're talking about...
keep sending us messages.
On a previous episode, we're like, why, especially for women, they've gone through childbirth. Why would you do that again? Yeah. But that's that memory.
I think it was Adam that was like, if I knew that was the outcome, the childbirth was the outcome of having sex, I just wouldn't have sex.
Yeah, you would. Come on, don't lie. We all know what happens.
Oh, that's gold. Do you have any listener mail, Cam?
No, none for me this week, mate.
Oh, wait, I think I asked you that, didn't I?
Yep.
Classic Benz. Really appreciate you coming on, Rick. I don't know what to say. Like, we didn't really go too deep into the disability side of things. It was very dad orientated, which is what we're about anyway. But it was super to have you on. And I think the best thing I got out of it was just the mindset stuff, like your training mindset. It's all through your mental pain of past, like why you're doing something is the reason is your drive to push through that barrier. So I'm definitely going to try that at the gym.
Yeah, right on.
It'll probably fail, but fuck it.
What's the word? Compartmentalize?
Yeah.
Compartmentalize.
Is that the right word?
Sounds good.
Yeah, like, like having sections for your brain that work differently. So I think that's one thing that I've learned to do really well. It's just like be critical thinking about things and not being so emotional. Yeah.
That kind of goes into the dad stuff too, because like we were saying before, it's so easy to snap, especially when you're tired and you just can't be fucked with it.
Yeah.
I know myself, I snap pretty quick around the kids, but yeah, you got to learn to not be so emotional. And yeah, no, I got something out of that. So I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to get all sorts of different types of dads on board, obviously, and even just hearing about what you've done and what you're doing now. It's been great. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. It's been good to come on.
And if you have any mates from the Paralympic community or any other athletes or high-profile people who want to come on a mediocre podcast, send them our number because we would love to have a chat to them.
Yeah, I got a few, I think, recent dads as well, so it might work out well.
Awesome. Nice. And it works out perfectly because the Paralympics has just started. Are you going to be watching?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've got a couple of mates still on there, so I'll be seeing how they're doing. And I actually had a girl that used to train with me up until about 3 months ago that's over there racing, so I've got pretty high investment in that.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yep. Awesome. Do you have a pet event?
For myself or for
No, we know yours
watching?
is the 200
medley.
200 medley, but
yeah. Hard to go past like the 50 and 100 free. Like it's
so
just full
fast.
on aggression and power. Just makes the swimming look like it's really good.
Yep. It's like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Everyone's just straight off the blocks and going crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, and if anyone listening wants to get involved with the show, send us an email to shitdadpod@gmail.com. Visit Instagram, shitdadpod. We've also got a YouTube and a TikTok channel now, so keep an eye on those for extra content. But apart from that, that's a wrap. Go and grab a beer and give your couch a whack with Glen 20, just like last week.
Thanks, guys.